I love this franchise. It has a cool soundtrack, especially the iconic Axel F theme by Harold Faltermeyer. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Sorry, that was horrible. I'll never do that again, I promise. But you get the point. It's iconic. I love it. Great comedy, a charismatic lead role who has a very funny laugh. Great side characters like Rosewood and Taggart who complements Axel's character very well. Lots of cars being destroyed, lots of damage. And some really exciting scenes. Also, it comes with a lot of heart in it as well, and I love that. We thought stormtroopers had terrible aim. Well, in this franchise, the villains have it worse. And I still love these movies. This is one of those franchises where the hero can cause a lot of destruction and get away with it just by getting a scolding from his inspector, or where the villains have terrible aim, and I'll still love it. Welcome back, Visionaries. Let's talk about Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. Here's a quick plot synopsis. After Rosewood goes missing and his daughter's life becomes endangered, Axel Foley once again travels to Beverly Hills, a more modern version compared to the ones you have seen in the previous movies. Okay, the movie sticks to the formula of the previous movies where something bad befalls on someone close to Axel, which connects to Beverly Hills because the villains usually reside there, so he's obliged to go there to solve the crime. I'll say right now, this is probably my second favorite movie in this franchise now. Beverly Hills Cop, the 1984 classic, will always be my favorite. Axel F is a close second. Part 2 is also amazing. Part 3 is my least favorite and it's the only one that I dislike in this franchise. Let's start with the good. Eddie Murphy reprising his role once again as Axel F. Unlike the third film, Eddie Murphy just had all the charm and witticism that he had in the first two movies. Even after so many years, he still has it. As a fan of this franchise, I was very delighted at this because in the last movie, I was very disappointed as he felt so bland. Here, he is much more vibrant and playful like he used to be. Of course, this franchise does have serious tone to it, and this movie, just like the first one, balanced it out very nicely with the comedy of it. Eddie Murphy just found a way to bring back the appeal of the first film and it works very well. The second does have a great load of action and made me love Rosewood's character more. And if I'm not wrong, this was the movie in the franchise that started out the Sylvester Stallone references with the Rambo blade and all that is even present in the latest film. Apparently, Sylvester Stallone was supposed to be the main star of this franchise before Eddie Murphy took on the role, but he was changing the script too much and he wanted to do his own thing, so he went on a separate project called Cobra, and that turned out not as great as Beverly Hills, but you get the point. But even though the second film had a lot of action in it, I thought it didn't balance out the comedy very well. This can be said with the tone and cinematography of the movie, which feels more like an action blockbuster rather than an action comedy. I mean, Tony Scott directed the movie, so that's probably why he's directed a lot of blockbusters, and I absolutely love this director, but this movie just didn't feel tonally perfect for this franchise. Of course, tonally it was great, but just not perfect. The third film, however, I don't know what the hell that was. It has some great moments in it, but overall the movie just felt tonally off. The fourth film is the closest we've ever gotten to the vibe of the first. Okay, I've veered too far away from my original point. Let's get to my second point. The new additions. Of course, there were new characters introduced in this movie, mainly Axel Foley's daughter and Abbott, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I really liked the father-daughter banter that Axel and his daughter had while driving in the car. It really explained why their relationship is strained and why his daughter became estranged from him. I really liked Axel trying to fix his relationship with her and all that. Abbott is this new hotshot detective who also compliments Axel, and I liked seeing these two work together. Of course, the comedy soundtrack in this movie is all great as usual. I like how it feels very nostalgic in a good way. For my final point, I just have to say, it just feels more grounded compared to the previous movies. That's mainly because it is self-aware that Axel is getting old, he cannot perform some of the miracles he used to perform when he was younger, and people close to him are moving on and he has to come to terms with that, especially with his friend Jeffrey. And Taggart has family to take care of, so sometimes he makes decisions that he normally wouldn't make because he doesn't support him or Rosewood. For my drawback, I have to say I wished we got more time with the trio, Axel, Taggart and Rosewood. Wish these three spent more time together. They were in the film, but I wish they spent more time with the three of them together because Rosewood was missing for a long time in this movie. Maybe they could have cut down some of the moments he had with his daughter and spent more time with these two. That's personally what I thought. Honestly, this is a great return to the franchise. I heard there was going to be a fifth one.
Y'all are already maybe working on Beverly Hills Cop 5. True or false?
Yeah, true.
And I can't wait for it. I'll give this movie a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's a great experience for those who are fans of this franchise. You will love it. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.